small thing that every single one of us has, and what the government sees and Democrats in Olympia see, is one more source of revenue. One more thing that's theirs for the taking. And they're pushing it under the guise of consumer protection when it's really for their buddies in labor and union. So if you open your wallets right now, chances are you've got a gift card in there. I think I have a gift card from Daryl that I haven't fully yet. Oh, I do indeed. Nordstrom. Thanks, Daryl and Meg. I think they got Mike and I this for our wedding. I've used part of it.
Wow, what a fun gift for a wedding.
I love how they give it to Mike and I for our wedding as if I'll let Mike use it in the Nordstrom gift card. I've used part of it, but some funds are sitting on this gift card unused. But that's okay, because in Washington State, as of 2004, if I dig this Nordstrom gift card up 10 years from now and Nordstrom is still in business, I can walk into Nordstrom and buy a cute little sweater with it. No big deal. Now, Democrats in Olympia and some special interest groups want to change that. They believe that allowing unused funds to just sit on this gift card doesn't help you in the eventuality that you want to spend it. It helps greedy corporations. And what they want to do is make sure that if you don't spend the money on this gift card, that it goes into the unclaimed property fund. Why? Because the state of Washington would rather have the funds from this card rather than corporations. House Bill 2094 says it's an act relating to improving consumer protection. Okay, so this is for you. Remember, I'm the government and I'm here to help. This is improving consumer protection. House Bill 2095, an act relating to gift certificates as unclaimed property, which is really the crux of this. The legislature finds that giving consumers the option to collect balances from abandoned gift certificates through unclaimed property will reduce the incentive for large companies to adopt predatory or deceptive practices regarding gift certificate usage, because companies must report abandoned gift certificate balances while they remain unspent and therefore will not be able to keep revenue from unspent gift certificates. So essentially what they're saying is, hey, instead of you just leaving this in your drawer and then one day you find it and you go to try to get the money from it, why don't we just take the money from the corporations? Why don't they just hand the unspent funds over to us and then you can come to us to get your money? Which means that you've got to put your information into some government database and prove that this gift card in fact is yours and this money is owed to you. And then the state of Washington will cut you a check for what under law right now would already be yours, because this would be as good as money if the corporation is still in business. So if you look into the powers that be here, I think it tells us a lot about the motivations. So this is being pushed, these, what they're saying are protecting the consumers, the Washington gift card accountability measures, are being pushed by something called the Washington Consumer Protection Coalition. So here's their website, and this is what they say about themselves. Washington Consumer Protection Coalition is a coalition of everyday Washingtonians advocating for consumer protection in the Evergreen State. Well, it sounds very nice. Everyday Washingtonians just advocating for consumer protections in the Evergreen State. That is so nice. Except when you look at their biggest donor, it's SEIU. Their biggest donor is the Service Employees International Union 775. Gosh, no nefarious intention there. Let's look at some of the other people that make up the Washington Consumer Protection Coalition. The Washington Low-Income Housing Alliance, the Washington Education Association, the Statewide Poverty Action Network, the Washington State Labor Council. Now, why would all these union worker groups be supportive of something that just is about gift cards and unspent balances? It's because they know that this will bring in a ton of money, hundreds of millions of dollars that Democrats will then turn around and spend on pet programs that will help benefit financially SEIU, the Washington Education Association. This isn't about consumer protection. This isn't about making sure that you can, 10 years from now, spend the money that's left on your gift cards. This is about saying, if you don't spend it, we want it as the government. If you don't spend it, we're entitled to it as the government. You know, there was this interesting statistic, and I think that it speaks to why they're doing this now. In the last 5 years, Starbucks has claimed $894 million in customers' unspent gift cards as revenue. $894 million. Now, Starbucks is based in Washington state. So if these bills go through, it doesn't matter where a Starbucks gift card was bought. It could have been purchased in Tokyo or in Texas. Starbucks is based in Washington state. So where would that $894 million go if these laws are passed? They would go to the state of Washington. They would go to Democrats in Olympia who already have more money than they would know what to do with. And ultimately, they would flow down and trickle out to the special interest groups that keep Democrats in office. Union, labor, all of that money from these little gift cards that do not belong to the state of Washington. They belong to you. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to spend it. In fact, it doesn't matter if you ever spend it. It's assuming that we need to be saved from these unused gift cards. That we don't know that if we don't spend them, then it's as good as giving Starbucks $5. I'm with the government and I'm here to help. Brandi, you're not going to spend that $50 that's left on that gift card? Hand it on over to us. We'll spend it for you. We'll spend it on things that are in the interest of the public good. And there'll be programs that benefit our friends at SEIU and our friends at the Washington Education Association. And they're pitching all of this under the umbrella of a big greedy company like Starbucks doesn't need $800 million in excess revenue. Well, guess what? Starbucks sold the gift card. Someone bought it for someone else likely. And if that person didn't use it, then it's their own fault. It is not for the government to step in and take that money for their political allies. So again, small thing that every single one of us has in our wallets, in our junk drawers, whatever it is. And what the government sees and Democrats in Olympia see is one more source of revenue. One more thing that's theirs for the taking. And they're pushing it under the guise of consumer protection when it's really for their buddies in labor and union. Unfreaking believable. Keep your freaking hands off our gift cards, weirdos.